What's up, world? Welcome back to Charge the Game podcast. And in this case, man, we are here to discuss the buffoonery of Jontay Porter. If this is to be true, this guy is a buffoon. But before I continue to talk about this, I want to ask you guys to do me a huge favor, man. Hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell so you guys can continue to get the latest on my future content. And also, guys, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for the love and support. Back to the video. So, man, we all heard the news about this guy, Jontay Porter, who apparently is a brother of Michael Porter Jr. There's always going to be one out of the bunch that just has to go and screw himself up in life. You know, like, man, like you have people, man, who have these opportunities, man, and they just take them for granted, man. And all things leading up to this, man, I'm quite sure, and I'm not going to even say quite sure, but it seems like they have enough evidence to support that this guy, Jontay Porter, was betting or gambling on himself and other players during the game. I mean, I saw this report a while back, and I wanted to make a video, but I could never get around to doing it. But now we have Adam Silver, and he's coming out speaking on this, and he's coming out saying that, you know, this thing could be serious. They're planning to literally ban this young man, right? And it's all his fault. You know what I'm saying? And this is from ESPN.com. As you guys can see, the video that's being played from the show Get Up. NBA investigating Jontay Porter for multiple instances of betting irregularities. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is wild to me. You know what I'm saying? And I remember Skip Bayless and Paul Pierce kind of talked about this a little bit. And, you know, Paul Pierce was laughing, you know, saying like it sure does look like, you know, it's coincidental. But we can all read through the lines, man. You know, I'll let you guys, you know, have your own discernment, you know, decipher like what you guys want. But let's get into this report. And it says NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said Wednesday afternoon that Toronto Raptors forward Jontay Porter, who is under investigation by the league following multiple instances of betting irregularities over the past several months, could be banned permanently if what he's accused of is true, calling it a cardinal sin. Now, guys, I wonder what a cardinal sin is. Lucky for you guys, I have it pulled up right here. Any of the 7 deadly sins, a serious error of judgment, is what cardinal sin is, guys. So I did not know that. I do watch the show The 7 Deadly Sins. If you guys ever get a chance, make sure you check that out. So it goes on to say, I have an enormous range of discipline available to me, Silver said at a Midtown Manhattan hotel after the league's annual Board of Governors meeting. But it's a cardinal sin what he's accused of in the NBA, and the ultimate extreme option I have is to ban him from the game. Now that's going to be something serious, man. And you can't be mad at anybody but yourself, Jontay Porter, if this is true. I honestly think that even if he's not found guilty, or maybe he's suspended or something for whatever, I can still see the Toronto Raptors releasing him. Because it's just too much, man. You're bringing attention to the organization that doesn't need to be there. And if you guys really go and look at the technical details of it, man, I mean, these things align like crazy. You know, the way he was, you know, averaging certain assists, certain points, betting on himself. And you had to know that you're going to get flagged. Because one thing, these betting or sports betting apps or Vegas, they don't like to lose money, man. They're going to zero in and see why do you keep hitting. So it goes on to say, that's the level of authority I have here, because there's nothing more serious, I think, around this league when it comes to gambling, betting on our games, and that is a direct player involvement. And he is true, guys. You know what I'm saying? He's telling the truth, man. Like, players can't throw the game like this, because what's going to happen? You're going to tell one player, that player is going to get away with it. You're going to tell another player, that player is going to get away with it. And after a while, it's going to become a huge scandal, man. It's going to become an operation. And if Adam Silver shows, you know what I'm saying, like any sympathy with this and give him a slap on the wrist, then players are going to abuse this. You have to come down hard on this, because you have to set the tone. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, he calls this on himself if this is true. So he has to take this, you know what I'm saying? He has to take it like a man. So it goes on to say, the investigation is ongoing, but the consequences could be very severe. Suspicions arose from prop bets involving Porter for games on January 26 and March 20 in a story first reported by ESPN on March 25th. Porter prop bets from those dates wound up being the biggest money makers for each of them according to DraftKings. What did I just tell you guys, man? Like, these sporting apps do not like to lose money, man. They just don't. They don't like to lose money, and it comes up as a flag in their system. You know what I'm saying? Especially if this is one person being the biggest money makers for them each. You gotta understand, this guy has NBA money, right? It may not be LeBron, Steph, KD NBA money, but he has enough to put down to get a drastic flip on his bids and cash in. You know what I'm saying? So what he was doing is painting a target on himself. Not to mention, we do not know what type of database or technology that, you know, DraftKings use to be able to scope these type of things. I'm quite sure they have some type of security system that will alert them, you know, and keep track of the progress, because out of all the millions of people betting, why is this guy name popping up? It goes to show you that they take this very serious. If you literally study your finances weekly, monthly, you always sit down and you go over all of your expenses to make sure that you are in line with your budget for the month. It's no different than that. And that's exactly what I think that, you know, DraftKings did. The NBA has had its own brushes with betting scandals in the past, namely the one involving former referee Tim in 2007, but the topic has exploded into the forefront of people thinking that sports betting has been legalized in various states across the country over the past several years. And this may work in Jontay's favor, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is technically legal like crazy across certain states. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what the rules and stipulations are for Toronto. I mean, that's a whole country on its own. Canada, excuse me. So I don't know. It goes on to say, Silver said that he wishes a federal framework governing sports betting existed rather than a patchwork state-by-state approach that exists, and that NBA prefers it to be out in the open so that if irregularities like this come up, they are more easily discovered. And that's kind of alluding to what I just said, you know what I'm saying? Because it's different based off state by state. Like, I stay in Texas, right? Originally from Mississippi, but I stay in Texas, and you are allowed to use sports betting out here, you know what I'm saying? But in other states, it's different. Each state has certain or specific, you know, guidelines or requirements, you know what I'm saying, that must be met for a state to approve it. But I'm like Adam Silver, I would like a, you know, patchwork state by state approach, because if it's the same across the board, then nobody is caught off guard. You know what I'm saying? No player can say that they didn't know or this or that. But I have a strong feeling, man, that this guy Jontay is going to be busted, man. I think that they're going to really get down to it, man, and he just may be found guilty. Would I feel sorry for him? No. I mean, like, you got the opportunity to make generational wealth, and you got greedy. You want to throw it all away like that? You know, hey, you get what you ask for. He goes on to say, but he also admitted that with how deep the relationships have grown among the NBA, other professional leagues, media, and gambling companies, this could lead to a potential rethink of how those relationships move going forward. But he also admitted that how deep the relationships have grown among the NBA, other professional leagues, media, and gambling companies, this could lead to a potential rethink of how those relationships look moving forward. At the end of the day, there's nothing more important than the integrity of competition, Adam Silver said. I agree with Adam Silver. You know what I'm saying? I really believe him on this one. You can see that with the way, you know, he had the meeting with, you know, the league, or, you know, certain people in the league about the defense. You know what I'm saying? Now we see these guys are getting more physical and not just waiting to the playoffs. You see what I'm saying? Because Adam Silver got tired of watching pickup basketball. And I tell you guys all the time, I'm not even a fan of Adam Silver. So for me to see this, man, I'm pretty happy, you know, that he's taking this serious, man, because it's bad for the game. You know what I'm saying? We already got to deal with the fact that these players want to load manage. You know what I'm saying? They want to pick and choose when they want to show up. You know what I'm saying? Fans spending hard-earned money, and, you know, it's just not what it used to be. So I am glad to see that Adam Silver is taking this very seriously. And again, I think as these unfortunate examples come along, we may have to adjust our rules, and our partner gaming companies and those companies that aren't our partners may have to adjust their behavior as well. But yeah, man, so there you guys have it, man. Like, what do you guys think, man? Like, seriously, do you guys think that this guy, Jontay Porter, is guilty of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, I never heard of him. Honestly, I didn't even know Michael Porter Jr. had a brother in the league at all. But then again, I don't really watch a lot of the NBA highlights like I used to, because the game isn't interesting to me like it used to be. But I do think that if found guilty, man, you know what I'm saying, this guy should be banned from the game. I wouldn't ban him from arenas or going to watch a game, but I would ban him from ever trying to play on a basketball team, because if you get away with it once, you will do it again. I mean, it's no different than drugs. A drug dealer is going to sell drugs if they keep getting away with it. People are going to rob banks if they keep getting away with it. People are going to keep doing a lot of bad things if they are allowed to get away with it. That's why there has to be some type of not even modest but severe punishments to set the tone, and so that people can understand that there are consequences. So you guys weigh in with your thoughts, comments, and concerns on this. Was Jontay Porter involved in this? What do you think? Seriously, I want to know. Drop it in the comment section. If you guys found any value to my videos, all I ask you guys to do is hit that notification bell for future content, like the video, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for the love and support. Like always, let me know how you charge the game. Peace.